The Golden State Warriors were a dynasty on the ropes until Jimmy Butler showed up. But even that wasn't enough when Steph Curry went down. Because the moment Curry got hurt, everything unraveled. In this video, we're breaking down how Steve Kerr's coaching has been fully exposed without his MVP floor general and why Golden State's system collapses without number 30. Before we get into the juicy details, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this video. The pre-injury blues. Let's rewind to before May 6, 2025. The Warriors weren't terrible, but they weren't contenders either. At the start of the season, Golden State exploded out of the gate, kicking off 12-3 in their first 15 games. Then, a gut-wrenching slide happened, 13-22 over the next 35 games, dragging their record to 25-25 by early February. Even after the Jimmy Butler trade, they limped into third in the Pacific Division, one half game ahead of the Lakers. But here's the real problem. Anytime Steph Curry sat, the offense just died. Before his hamstring tweak, Steph was flirting with another MVP caliber year, averaging 24.5 points, 6 assists, 4.4 rebounds on 45, 40, 93 shooting splits. With Curry on the floor, the Dubs ranked 7th in offensive rating at 116.8 points per 100 possessions, while without Steph, they cratered to 23rd with 111.8 points per 100, a bottom 10 mark league-wide.
There goes Draymond Green. That is part of the storyline here.
In non-Curry minutes, Golden State was outscored by 5 points per 100 possessions, a swing so dire it put them in a virtual winless spiral anytime their superstar needed breathers. The numbers don't lie. A bottom-tier offense without Curry, a middling defense with him, even Draymond Green couldn't cover those gaps alone. It was already shaky, and then things got worse. The Game 1 started as Golden State's best hope. Curry exploded for 13 points in just 13 minutes, drilling back-to-back threes. The Target Center crowd was waiting for their team to take the game by its horn. Then, just before the end of the first quarter, disaster struck. Steph grabbed his left hamstring after a hard screen.
As Curry converts the floater. Well, Curry's hurt though, Coach. Something grabbed him. He's asking for relief from that bench. I'm not sure what it was, but he came out.
Final score, Game 1, Warriors edged out the Wolves 99-88, but it felt hollow. His 13 quick points had accounted for nearly 50% of Golden State's scoring in that quarter, and that would be the last time they'd breathe easy. With Curry sidelined for the remainder of the series, the Warriors went 0-4, dropping consecutive contests by margins of 24, 5, 7, and 11 points. Their scoring plummeted to just 102 points per game, a far cry from the 113.8 points that they averaged this season.
In the game, and Minnesota's leads down to 2. Dante DiVincenzo, perfect pass up to Rudy Gobert for the alley-oop slam.
Rebound Gobert, quick outlet Conley. Races up the court, nobody stops ball, and Conley hits a three.
Defensive breakdown, Game 5, Minnesota shot a blistering 62.8% on field goal attempts and 42% from the 3 points line, carving up a Warriors interior defense left exposed without Clay's perimeter coverage and Draymond's help side rotations. 0 wins, 4 straight losses, eliminated. In the 5-game series, the Warriors combined for a negative 11.5 net rating, revealing the sheer drop-off when Kerr's usual 5-man lineup wasn't available. In the Western Conference semifinals against the Timberwolves, the Golden State Warriors' playmaking percentage saw a notable shift with and without Steph Curry. With Curry, they generated twice as many wide-open three-point looks, 16.6 per game, while in the last 3 games of the series without Curry, they generated fewer wide-open looks, 14.3 per game. Without Steph, Golden State had no direction. Their motion offense stalled, isolation play stagnated, and late-game executions wilted. The trademark crisp ball movement turned into aimless dribbling, while rotations on defense gaped like the bay under low tide. And Steve Kerr, the architect of 4 championships, found himself scrambling. No small ball tweaks could mask the absence of his floor general. He tried rolling out Draymond as a pseudo point center, benching Jonathan Kuminga for more veteran hands, even giving fringe wings extra minutes to no avail.
After that first one, congrats to Chris Finch, Tim Connolly. They've done a great job here the last few years building this team, and back-to-back Western Conference Finals, pretty damn impressive. So it was a fun.
Kerr had no answers. The playbook that had thrived on Curry's wizardry simply unraveled without it, exposing an over-reliance that cost them their season in a matter of minutes. Steve Kerr's dynasty was forged on one core principle: small ball mastery. Surround Steph Curry with elite shooters, deploy Draymond Green at the 5, and dare defenses to stop the relentless perimeter attack. But here's the catch: that formula only works when Curry's on the floor. His gravity pulls help defenders toward the arc, opening lanes and propping up rim protection in a backdoor sort of way.
He struggled from three the last few games. Randall on the pull-up is good. Now Randall has Butler in the corner with a shot clock at 8. Butler puts it on the floor and gets the floater.
Remove Steph from the equation, and the whole house of cards collapse. Paint points allowed versus Minnesota. To close out the Warriors, Minnesota outed them. Opponents' two-point field goal percentage soared above 60% across the series. Kevon Looney, trusted as the veteran anchor, saw just 6 minutes in the decisive Game 5, his lowest playoff mark since 2017.
Kevon Looney is in for the first time, and now Spencer hits the three.
Tracy Jackson-Davis, the second-year big man, 7 minutes on the floor in Game 5, scant opportunity to contest even a single paint drive. Draymond Green played the bulk of minutes, but was forced into chasing faster ball handlers off the dribble, eroding his rim-protecting presence. Minnesota demolished them inside, seamlessly attacking gaps in the Warriors' switching scheme. Every baseline drive became a layup, every post-up turned into an easy dump-off. And Kerr's response? No timely timeouts to stem the bleeding. 5 of their first 8 defensive possessions in the fourth quarter saw immediate scoring. No lineup shakeups. He stuck with the Curryless small ball 5. No back-to-basics tweak, no heavier traditional 5-man front to slow the paint onslaught, no insertion of other players despite their size advantages. In essence, Kerr displayed stubborn loyalty to a broken system. Fans and pundits alike watched in disbelief as the blueprint that delivered 4 rings offered no solutions when its linchpin was forced to the bench. That begs the question: if your champion coach can't adjust when everything falls apart, how does this team evolve? Up next, we'll examine what Kerr must do and whether Golden State can survive without its architect's greatest asset. Let's talk about Jonathan Kuminga. When Steph went down, the Warriors desperately needed someone to fill the void. Kuminga, the young, explosive, and fearless second-year player, delivered in a way few expected.
Their next best offensive player on the bench. So far, not good. They're stuck on 8 points here for the last couple minutes. Kuminga baseline jump shot goes down. He was 8 for 8 to start game.
8.9 three-point percentage, 72% from the free throw. Plus minus a negative 10.1 net rating over that stretch, arguably the best on the entire roster. In Game 5, he had 26 points, 2 steals, and 3 rebounds, igniting second-chance opportunities, back-to-back threes in the third quarter. And yet, despite that postseason surge, Kerr had benched him in 5 of the final 7 regular season games. Kuminga averaged just 18 minutes per game in March and April, down from 28 minutes earlier in the year. But here's the rub. In the playoffs, when every shot, every defensive rotation, every loose ball mattered, Kuminga was the one actually stepping up. Meanwhile, Kerr persisted with veterans in key matchups, players who frankly weren't producing. The fallout? Kuminga unable to reach a contract extension agreement with the team, which would make him a restricted free agent in the offseason. Although this isn't new. Recall last season when Kerr staggered minutes for Moses Moody despite his breakout in the play-in tournament? It's becoming a pattern, the coach leaning on what's comfortable rather than what's working. And in a league that prizes youth and upside, that hesitation carries real consequences. Younger players feeling undervalued are more likely to look elsewhere. Development stalls, making them expensive role players rather than potential stars. If Kuminga walks, you lose one of the few proven weapons who performed without Curry. When your coach won't trust the rising generation, even after they've proven themselves in the crucible, you gotta ask, who's really steering the ship? Steve Kerr's coaching brilliance was never in question when Curry was there to cover the cracks. But in 2025, the league caught up. He refuses to play a real center, refuses to adjust the offense. Instead of using Kevon Looney like he did in the 2015 finals, Kerr shrinks the rotation and plays 5 wings. It's not just about scheme, it's about flexibility. Before the Butler trade, Golden State was getting outscored in non-Steph minutes. After Jimmy arrived, they flipped the script, outscoring opponents by nearly 9 points per 100 without Steph, but only when Butler was running the show. So where do the Warriors go from here? This postseason collapse has exposed 3 glaring issues. 1. They need size, real rim protection. 2. They must prioritize Kuminga's development. 3. They have to evolve past the Curry or bust game plan. Opponents have adjusted. The Warriors haven't. They keep pretending Steph will always be healthy, always be magic. At age 37, the window is closing. If Kerr doesn't change, this dynasty won't fade gently. It'll collapse. So what do you think? Is Kerr just an average coach without Steph? Or maybe the Golden State's playoff future is already behind them? Drop your thoughts in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dive NBA breakdowns. Because until the Warriors build a plan that works without Steph, they're just a house of cards waiting to fall.